Boats getting torn apart, strange voices heard coming from the dark water, and entire crews refusing to go back out again. It all points to one thing. Something strange is happening in the sea. Whether it's a cryptid or an undiscovered predator behind it all, it's keeping everyone on the edge. So let's watch. A group of fishermen went into the ocean hoping for a big catch, but what they found was nothing like they expected. As they pulled up their net, they thought it might be a shark, but it wasn't. Inside the net, something big was moving and trying hard to escape. It pushed itself out and quickly jumped back into the water. Then they saw its hands. They were webbed like they belonged to a mermaid. The fishermen were shocked. They had only heard stories about mermaids before, but now they had seen one with their own eyes. After that day, they never went near that spot again. Deep catch. In the waters of Homer, Alaska, some experts went out to search for new sea creatures for research. While exploring, they caught something strange in their net. When they dragged it into the boat, they saw a brown-colored sea creature with a large, strong jaw. It looked odd and unfamiliar at first, but after checking closely, they realized it was a wolf eel, also known as a wolf fish. The team was careful with it. They took some samples for study and then decided to gently release it back into the ocean. It was a rare sight for them, and it showed just how many unusual creatures still live deep in the sea, waiting to be discovered. Fast shadow. Something shocking was caught on camera near Singapore, so hold on tight. A strange sea creature was filmed swimming fast alongside a fishing boat. The crew members were surprised as the giant creature briefly appeared above the water's surface before diving deep again. It moved quickly and seemed larger than any regular sea animal. Some of the crew believed it could be a giant leopard seal, but others were not so sure. The size and speed of the creature left everyone confused. The video has now gone viral, and people are giving different opinions about what it really was. Many think it's something yet to be discovered. What do you think it could be? Let me know in the comments. White pursuer. Scuba divers were on a boat in the ocean when they noticed some presence in the water that made them look twice. A white round thing was chasing their boat, moving at a fast speed. At first, it looked like a piece of snow floating on the surface, but the way it moved didn't feel normal. Those who witnessed started thinking it could be an alien being, with the ocean hiding its secret base. Others believed it might have been attached to a giant fish or shark swimming deep below. Whatever it wasn't something they expected to see out there. Dark shape.
See it?
In La Foyle, a YouTuber was capturing views when he came across something giant in the water. It was partially above the surface, while the rest of its body stayed hidden underneath. It moved right in front of his boat.
Look at the size of it. It's massive.
He kept filming, trying to understand what it was. Slowly, it went back into the water and disappeared. He had heard rumors about the Loch Ness Monster being seen in different places. Now, after this moment, he couldn't help but wonder if he had just seen one himself.
What is that?
Neck rise. In the Black Sea in 2023, some tourists recorded a strange creature in the water. It had a dark body with a long neck, giving it the look of a sea serpent. It only appeared for a few seconds before going deep into the water again. Rumors suggested that it could be a plesiosaur, an ancient sea reptile thought to be long gone. If that's true, then maybe those old stories about prehistoric creatures still living in the ocean weren't just myths after all. Ocean secret. A group of fishermen were off the coast of Florida when they saw a sight that left them stunned. A pale creature was swimming in the water. Its upper body looked like a human, and the lower part had a tail like a fish. The creature kept moving through the water without noticing them. It looked like a mermaid. Yes, you heard that right. The fishermen watched quietly, shocked by what they saw. And if one was spotted here, who knows? There could be more living nearby, hidden from the world. Boat intruder. A strange event took place with a group of sailors out at sea. While sailing, a bizarre sea being landed in their boat. At first, it looked like a fish, but what shocked them was that it had no fins. Instead, it had crab-like claws. That's not something you see every day. The sailors quickly tried to throw it back into the water. They had never seen anything like it before. Some said it might be the result of a strange mix between a fish and a crab. Others believed it could belong to a new species, what some are now calling a crabfish. Hidden trap. Alaska became the center of attention after a bizarre sighting at the beach. Beachgoers noticed a strange long object rising out of the water. They thought it might be a submarine periscope, but as they looked closer, they realized it wasn't. It seemed to be the neck of some kind of sea creature, possibly a Loch Ness monster. There's a theory that it was a trap designed to make people think it was just a submarine. Once they got close, the creature would pull them away. So, next time you spot something unusual in the water, be careful. Not everything is what it seems. Sea drift. A kayaker was paddling through the sea when he noticed an unusual presence near his boat. It was long and huge, maybe a titanoboa, an ancient creature that once lived in water but was now extinct. He tapped it with his paddle, curious to know what it was. To his surprise, it had a transparent body, so it wasn't a snake at all. After a closer look, he realized it was likely a siphonophore, a unique marine organism. The creature swam alongside his boat for a while, making the kayaker's journey unforgettable.
Huge.
Curious catch. In China, fishers stumbled upon a strange sea creature that sparked their curiosity. It looked like an alligator, but something was off. It had big eyes and a weird nose, making it look unlike anything they had seen before. The fishers took pictures and sent them to experts for analysis. Some believe it could be a hybrid of an eel and an alligator, but others aren't sure. Experts are still studying it, and they're expected to share exciting findings soon. Pole parasite.
Anyone know what this creature?
This group of fishermen caught something truly bizarre. It was a fish probably half-eaten, but the strange part was what was attached to it, something that had been feeding on the fish. It looked like a worm with many legs. They captured it and found out it could be a tongue-eating louse, a parasitic isopod that enters a fish through its gills. It's a reminder that the oceans hold countless secrets, and we've only begun to uncover a few of them.
Spines on it. Really a flat.
Leviathan wake. In Indonesia, a boat of visitors was calmly moving through the river when their peaceful trip turned into a nightmare. It looked like just a big fish near the surface, but soon they saw the real size of the creature. It was massive. Before they could react, the creature moved closer and circled their boat. Then it pushed against it, making the boat shake. The water around them rose with huge waves. Locals say the Leviathan causes chaos like this, dragging boats and their people deep down. And it looked like that's exactly what was about to happen. Twin discovery. In the Gulf of Mexico, something unexpected was discovered by a fisherman. They caught a conjoined shark. 2 heads, two hearts, but everything joined together. Conjoined sharks are born due to genetic mutations or environmental stress during embryo development. The embryo may start to split into twins, but fails to separate completely. These rare deformities often result in poor survival, and most are discovered accidentally by fishermen or researchers after birth. Though it was second case of this type, experts say it is quite rare for animals to be born conjoined or to survive this long, if they do. Dock mystery. Something strange happened at the dock area, and it left people in shock. Fishermen were seen holding a sea creature looking anything but ordinary. It had the upper body of a human, but a lower body, exactly like the mythical mermaid. The creature was alive and moving, making it even more unsettling. People around couldn't believe their eyes, and the sight sparked heated debates among them. Some were in wonder, while others were frightened. The fishermen, however, stayed focused and took it to an expert base for further study. Mouth pressure.
Point. Don't do drugs. That was what will happen.
While touring the sea, tourists witnessed a bizarre fish. Its eyes were bulging, and something appeared to be stuck inside its mouth, making it look even more unusual. At first, they couldn't figure out what was happening, but as the truth surfaced, it turned out to be a condition called barotrauma. This happens when a fish is caught deep underwater and brought to the surface too quickly, causing sudden pressure changes in the gases in its swim bladder. It's something that happens to many fish caught at deeper depths. It's a reminder of how delicate marine life can be when exposed to sudden changes.
Eyes in his stomach. Oh, look at his eyes. He's like looking at you.
Ribbon glimmer. A family was enjoying a picnic by the seaside when the father cast out his fishing pole and caught something unexpected. It was a shiny, long creature whose body reflected the light in a mesmerizing way. According to them, it might be some sort of electric fish, but after a closer look, they realized it was a ribbon fish, also known as a cutlass fish. The family was amazed, as they had never seen anything like it before. They kept it with them as a rare find. Sochi terror. A resident of Sochi filmed a strange sight on the beach that got everyone talking. The creature looked like a mix between a shark and a snake. It had a shark-like fin and a long snake-like tail, stretching over 5 meters in length. Experts think it could be a rare species of thresher shark, but there's a catch. These sharks don't usually live in the Black Sea. The oceans and seas are still mostly unexplored, and who knows what kind of creatures are out there in the depths. River visitor. Something strange happened to a fisherman on the Guapare River in Rondonia. While out on his boat, he saw black tentacle-like things reaching toward him, making him think a monster was approaching. But to his surprise, it wasn't a sea creature, it was a monkey. The monkey jumped onto the boat, and the fisherman quickly took it to some nearby bushes to keep it safe. The whole thing was caught near Villeneuve, showing the calm monkey just enjoying the ride. The fishermen were amused by the unexpected company, never expecting to share their boat with such an unusual passenger. River monster. A villager was fishing in the river when something got stuck in his fishing thread. He slowly pulled it out, expecting a nice catch. But what he saw left him stunned. Attached to the line was the scaly back of a giant creature, something that looked like it could be a Godzilla or even an alligator. Whatever it was, it scared him, and without thinking twice, he quickly decided to get out of the water, not wanting to face whatever lurked beneath the surface. Mermaid sighting. A video recently uploaded online quickly became the talk of the town. It showed a tourist exploring the waters of the Dominican Republic. While recording, he spotted some strange beings he'd never seen before. They had fishtails, but their bodies looked humanoid. Were they mermaids? That's what they appeared to be. The beings were seen diving into the water. The government denied the claim, saying they were just fish, but those who watched the video believed what they saw was something much more mysterious. Water serpent. Just when you thought the weird animal sightings were over, we've got another one for you. A bizarre marine creature was spotted by beachgoers in Indonesia. It was seen moving through the water with a long, serpent-like body, crawling before disappearing behind the mangroves. Some people believed it might be a Loch Ness monster, while others thought it could be a snake that mistakenly entered the water from the nearby woods. Well, what's your take on this? Alien catch. A fisherman in the northern Pacific Ocean made an unbelievable catch one day as he pulled in his net. He couldn't believe his eyes. There it was, a strange creature with a huge skull, slimy skin, and odd facial features. It looked like something straight out of a horror movie. Experts think it might be a species of frogfish, but with its appearance, it almost seemed like an alien creature. The fisherman couldn't help but wonder, what if there were more of these strange beings hiding in the deep? Maybe if he searched a little further, he'd uncover a whole world of these mysterious creatures. Tentacle encounter. One day, a villager was going about his day on the water when something creepy attached to his boat. Long, thin, tentacle-like arms started moving in ways he had never seen before. Curious, he snapped a few pictures and shared them online. People quickly weighed in, suggesting it could be brittle stars, creatures related to starfish, but with long, flexible arms that move like snakes or tentacles. It's strange to think that something so unusual could be so close. But the ocean is full of secrets we haven't even begun to uncover. River shadow. While hiking through the woods, a hiker came across a river and decided to explore it. As he paddled along, he noticed a dark figure lurking beneath the water's surface, right near his boat. Confused, he tried to figure out what it was when, suddenly, the figure moved forcefully, creating huge waves and ripples in the water before quickly disappearing. The kayaker got lucky; it didn't hit his kayak. Otherwise, things would have gone the wrong way. Wave beast. While traveling on a train near Vancouver, a tourist noticed something weird in the water. At first, everything seemed normal, but suddenly, a huge, rolling wave appeared. It looked like a giant was hiding beneath the surface, causing a massive disturbance. Was it a whale, or could it have been something far more mysterious? Maybe even a sea monster? Whatever it was, the sight made everyone wonder what really lies beneath the surface. Stream creature. A local was crossing a stream when something caught his eye and made him stop in his tracks. In the water, he spotted a creature that looked like a small dragon, but its body seemed mostly fish-like. It could be the result of some kind of experiment from a nearby lab that had been discarded into the stream. Regardless of the cause, he decided to report it to the authorities. It could be a rare find, and they might need to protect it for its uniqueness. Loch visitor. Fishermen set up a camera near a river, hoping to capture footage of a giant fish, but what it recorded was far beyond what he expected. The camera caught a huge, bulging body partially emerging from the water, with a large tail like a fish. Though it didn't fully surface, it was enough to spark rumors that the Loch Ness monster, or Nessie, might have found its way to the village river. After this sighting, locals started avoiding the river, fearing they might become the next prey of this creature. Melting serpent. A news report recently went viral, showing a strange, long creature moving in the waters of Alaska. Experts estimated it to be about 15 meters long, and its movement was so unusual, it almost seemed like melting snow sliding across the surface. While experts claim they're trying to capture it, every time they attempt, they fail, and the creature vanishes, never reappearing on the surface. Locals and viewers are certain it's no ordinary being, maybe another sea monster, who knows. Glowing head. While enjoying the sun at a beach in Brazil, a beachgoer stumbled upon something unusual beneath the water's surface. What caught his eye was a strange glowing head, unlike anything he had ever seen before. It didn't resemble any known sea creature. Could it have been an alien? The thought crossed his mind that maybe, just maybe, aliens had made the ocean their home, setting up a secret facility deep below the waves, carrying out missions hidden from human eyes. Lake Lurker.
There's a straight giant gecko in the water. Look at that.
While exploring a remote lake, a group of hikers spotted strange being beneath the water's surface. They caught sight of a bizarre creature's head, reptilian, almost dinosaur-like in shape. It was possibly a massive gecko head resting in the water, or perhaps an ancient being that had somehow come back to life. The creature appeared to be drinking from the lake, staying there for a while before slowly disappearing. Luckily, the hikers managed to capture it on camera, leaving them with an unforgettable memory of a mysterious encounter.
Oh, just open his mouth.
Crab giant. Some locals were enjoying their day at the beach when they witnessed something huge and out of place. One of them quickly started recording as they approached the creature. To their shock, it had crab-like legs and was covered in thorny armor. As they got closer, they realized it was a giant crustacean, much bigger than any crab they had ever seen. This surprising discovery shows just how much there is still to learn about the mysteries of our oceans. Stream skeleton.
What the hell is that?
What is happening? You guys see this?
A family was strolling by a stream when the father noticed something resting in the water. Intrigued, he reached down and picked it up. To his shock, it was a small skeleton, but it didn't look like it belonged to any fish. Could it be the remains of a mermaid? Well, it could be. According to old myths, mermaids are said to attract sailors before vanishing into the depths. Feeling uneasy, he quickly threw the skeleton back into the stream and left. Maybe some things are better left undisturbed, especially if they belong to ancient legends.
Ma, you see this?
Ancient swimmers. A tourist visiting a peaceful lake had an unforgettable experience when he spotted a strange sight in the water. Small, odd creatures with shapes resembling horseshoe crabs and shields caught his attention. He quickly snapped some photos, but soon he realized they were something far more remarkable: tadpole shrimps. These living fossils have existed on Earth for over 300 million years, surviving since the age of the dinosaurs. It was a rare sight, reminding him that some of nature's oldest creatures are still thriving today, hidden in the waters where we least expect them. Net mystery. Anything can get caught in a fishing net, but sometimes it's not quite what you expect. This time, the catch was something no one recognized. A giant creature with white and yellow patterns on its thick skin. It moved too slowly to be a fish, and it wasn't anything anyone had seen before. Some wondered if it could be a rare species of giant squid, while others thought it might be some undiscovered sea giant. Maybe even an ancient creature long thought to be extinct. Pond creature.
Actual hell is this?
While crossing a bridge over a pond, a local stopped in his tracks when he saw a bizarre creature with a long, thin tail struggling to emerge from the water. It was alive, but resembled a maggot. Curious, the local watched closely, trying to figure out what it could be. It might be a plant, but it wasn't. To him, it seemed like a sea cucumber, an odd sight for a pond. However, just as others arrived to witness this mysterious being, it disappeared under the water, leaving everyone to wonder, what was it really?
Someone tell me what this is.
Faceless fish. In the darkest parts of the ocean, some creatures are completely different from anything we've seen before. One of the most unusual is the faceless fish, discovered in the deep waters of Australia's eastern abyss. This part of the ocean is incredibly deep, and it's where scientists recently found this strange fish, only the second one ever found. Living so far below the surface, it doesn't need the features you'd expect, like eyes or a mouth in the usual places. It has no visible face at all. Its mouth is located underneath, and it doesn't have a nose. The lack of light at such depths means it's perfectly adapted to its dark environment. Wriggling mass.
Pô, o Marcelo botou uma linhada aí pra ver se pegava peixe grande. Aí o que ele pegou aí?
A group of fishermen in Bahia were hoping to catch a big one, but what they pulled up was straight out of a nightmare. They found what looked like a twisted bunch of mud-covered worms. Thin, flexible arms wriggled around, almost like they had a mind of their own. One of the men touched it and confirmed it was alive. Some guessed it could be a rare type of brittle star, or it might be alien. Either way, they decided to throw it back.
Dê a mão aí, Ivan. Pera aí, dê a mão.
Pond seizure. In a village pond, a local man set his fishing pole, hoping for a big catch. He slowly rolled the line through the water, waiting, but out of the green algae, a massive mouth burst open and snapped at the bait with full force. The pull was so strong, it almost dragged him off the boat. He dropped the pole and backed away in shock. He had never seen anything that size in the pond before. Some nearby villagers believed a hidden monster lived there. And after that day, no one dared to fish in that pond again. Everglades catch. In the Florida Everglades, a fisherman faced something terrifying. While reaching down to touch the water, he suddenly felt a strong pull. A giant being had gripped him, and it turned out to be a shark. Yes, a shark, right there in the Everglades. The moment turned into chaos as he struggled to break free. Luckily, he managed to climb back into his boat before it could go any further. He later got checked by a doctor, just to be sure. Flying marlin. A fishing crew out in the ocean was aiming to catch some catfish, but things didn't go as planned. Out of nowhere, a giant marlin jumped out of the water and landed right inside their boat. The sudden move shocked one of the fishers so much, he actually jumped into the water. The other crew member, still on board, tried to handle the situation and guide the fish back into the sea. The video cut off at that moment, leaving everyone hoping they managed to set the marlin free and end the chaos safely. River monster. A villager was pulling his fishing net from the river, thinking he'd scored a giant fish. But as the net came closer, the catch started moving hard, trying to break free. He held on tightly, hoping to see what it was. But when he got a better look, he froze. It wasn't a normal fish. It was long, massive, and nothing he recognized. It moved like it didn't belong in the river at all. Realizing this might be a monster, or worse, he made a choice. He let it go, because sometimes curiosity isn't worth the risk. Pond surprise. In Japan, workers drained a pond in a park and stumbled upon a strange creature. It appeared briefly before diving into the dirt, but they managed to capture it in a net. The creature had a humanoid body with the back of a turtle. They identified it as a kappa. The workers handed it over to the authorities, who said they'd update the public about the strange creature's discovery. But so far, they haven't said a word. The subscriber's pick. In Thailand, a fisherman came across something weird near the dock. Inside his crab trap was a fish that looked nothing like the usual catch. Its mouth was wide open, and its face oddly resembled a human. The fisherman was startled. He first thought it could be the result of some mutation and might bring bad luck. Just when he was about to throw it back, he paused. Experts were later called in and confirmed it was likely a Polycharis fish, rare but natural. In the end, he handed it over to wildlife officials for proper research. A smart move indeed.